Due to growth, the Lincoln Parish Police Jury is working on a transportation plan. Good evening to you. I'm Jennifer Andrews. Jasmine Bingham reports.
Manual, kind of a how-to produce a long-range transportation plan. And
Lincoln Parish Police Jury says once they heard about the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development's pilot study on building a transportation plan, they decided to create one for the area. Courtney Hall with the police jury says in order to meet the area's demand following growth and to receive funding, they needed public feedback.
with the growth that we're seeing in Lincoln Parish, which is, phenomenal, we knew that our transportation infrastructure, needed to be improved in order to keep up with all that. For safety, you have an aging population now that we're getting a lot more requests for striping of roads, lighting up of roads, things of that nature.
Hall says public feedback will be a part of the initial phase of the plan. It will help gather the community's concerns and suggestions.
Your concerns are safety, your concerns are the condition of the roadways, or not enough pedestrian and bicycle paths, et cetera, et cetera. So you can rank those and then submit that. And we have a company through the engineering firm that we're using that will compile all that data, and so they'll provide those results to that, and that'll be the impetus for us going forward.
He says the plan should be complete by the end of the year. Any funding would come from federal and state sources. In Lincoln Parish, Jasmine Bingham, KNOE 8 News.